It was April 21st. Last night the kid had ate shepherd's pie with his mom, and Romeo Marvin came over, and he didn't wash the dishes last night, and he was supposed to go on it with his MP3 player and his tablet to go make music on the Amtrak today, but he was feeling sick and irritated, and he was feeling like, man, I really can't do this because of the systems and schedules of being in his mom's house and with the Villahanti, Boo Boo Cole, and all his people trying to steal Little Mike's art. So it was a very heuristic, irritating life for the kid because he couldn't have a camera, so he couldn't go out and make his films. But in the meantime,
break free, 'cause you see I have been down for so long. The lack of hope is gone, but as I lift my hand, I understand that I could break through my circumstance, get the shackles on my feet so condemned. I can lift my hands, just wanna praise her. I just wanna praise her. You broke the chain, now I can lift my hands. I just wanna praise her. I just wanna praise her. So the kid woke up this morning and he didn't feel like getting up. It was kind of cold outside a little bit, but not really. But those faggot bitchery from Villahanti said, we gon' get him back. We don't give a shit. If we lost, we don't give a fuck. Well, I'm a faggot, I'm a bitch. Faggot ass niggas. And so they try to go back with Little Mike, back and forth in the house as he sang, in the corners of my mind, and as he washed the dishes.
Mind you, Little Mike
they try to save Little Mike's soul, but Little Mike wasn't born. He said the kid knew it was something fishy about these faggots. It was something fishy about their moves. It was something fishy about how they were studying Little Mike 24/7. It was something fishy about that. The kid was like, there's something fishy about you trying to intervene in Little Mike's life and Little Mike's and kids said that, but they were like, I'm a faggot, I'm gonna reach at your shit. They like, first bro said, bro, get your shit out my shit before I punch your ass. Get my shit out my shit before I punch your ass. And so they dropped their out because Little Mike wasn't playing with their ass. But then they went into the system and they said, no, I'm gonna do this anyway. I'm gonna do this anyway. I'm a faggot. I don't give a shit. I gave myself to the shit, but the kid knew it was something fishy about his ass. It was something fishy when he started bitching up in the shower talking about I'ma get your brother. He knew the kid could say you a straight bitch, but the words didn't rest properly on his soul. That's when that fucking master came out and put his dick in his mouth and said, suck my dick, bitch. And all the eyes that they were trying to steal from Little Mike, rain in the dick being in his mouth.
Little Mike was free. Little Mike was free at the time.
His master came.
And Little Mike was free. That's why they hated him. Because Little Mike, in 2014, 2015, they made threats at the kid. But he had rocked the bitch out of their people. And he had rocked the bitch out of them. So that they would try to use faggotry to steal Little Mike's stuff. So you had the eyes of Pilar that had been built, but this morning, those faggots have been trying to steal Little Mike's stuff. Those faggots have been trying to steal Little Mike's stuff. A nigga breaks before I get to punching your ass. And those faggots have been trying to steal Little Mike's stuff. They had no business. But at the same time, while this was going on, the young dreams of Little Mike through Virginia, the one who was run out of school by black people, and the Boo Boo Cole, they were mad and they said Armine because they said it's like that, but nobody was hating on your ass. They was hating on Little Mike because the nigga had the butterfly effect. So they went into the satanic and started making threats to this family like they did in 2014, like they did in 2015. Now you had Little Mike. You had all these news reporters. And then you had Little Mike in 1614, who was the smartest kid in history and the greatest filmist in history that could make the best films. But he was limited. He didn't have the resources as Lucas and stuff, but he didn't care because his main stories were simple and about his soul and about love and about woman and stuff like that. And that's why those satanic people hated him. And they said, look, we're bitchery. We don't care if we lost. We don't care what's going to happen. We don't care. We're faggots. We don't give a shit. And they came bold. They came bold after they had got rocked the bitch out. But that was just bitchery. Because who does that? When you lost, you need to show some shame for yourself. We don't have no shame. And that was all the reporters and actors, but Little Mike kept his film simple and in the region of his home and under the Afro-German philosophy and philosophical. But every son and their daddy try to steal Little Mike's stuff and say, it don't matter. It doesn't matter if he built it. It doesn't matter. It's ours too. Like faggots. Niggas said, get your faggot ass away from me, bro. He knew that they would never show up and they would do that bitch shit and do the system and try to get the shooters to shoot and then they take the credit for it. But that's why you had, you know what I'm saying, God had put people in position. And really, while Little Mike was singing "It's Mary Mary" in the kitchen while he was washing the dishes that were from the shepherd's pie, it was a lot of dishes. And really, while he was singing, they were saying, you see him, but really, the kid knew it was something fishy about them watching Little Mike 24/7. He knew it was something fishy. And really, they just wanted to steal, they were trying to steal Little Mike's art and stuff like that, those faggots. And it was the same day Serena Williams got pregnant. So Serena Williams had got her pregnant around the same time the NBA draft was gonna happen. And every son and his daddy was trying to steal the soul of Little Mike, the young dreamer from Kentucky, who had conquered the U.S. for the sake of what he believed in and fighting for his dreams when he told Marvin, don't ever forget your dreams. Master slapped their dick all over their face and said, shut your ass up and listen to what I say. But Little Mike, and they try to compare it to Little Mike, but Little Mike wouldn't beef with them satanic motherfuckers. He would only have somebody who he had respect for, and had this respect enough to address him with something that they really believed when he was rowing his boat. Little Mike's music, his melodies were so on point. Let's see. And the kid had wondered.
See, the camera always gotta be moving like that, but it gotta be fixed first.
And his videos out there, Juniper in the court.
I was like that, so that when it's open up, you always thinking about those nuts. Always comes, it always comes to the environment and stuff like that, and all the sky and the cathedral and the clergy of the...
He had seen it in those days that were beautiful boundaries of yesterday, today, and tomorrow. And different boundaries, but that Villahanti had made tactics, so they said, look, those boundaries don't matter to us. And the bitchery of the U.S., and they said, let us reach into the kids' soul, those faggots. But they were doing it from safe in the satanic system.
So as the kids sat down at Chase Park, he had just got done working out, and the glory of Little Mike had returned.
And it had a beautiful yesterday to tomorrow, and the borders of what was going on in the Truman Pocket.
The kid, it was springtime, and there was a girl there that the kid should have told about God.
Our eyes, let us take the eyes.
It was a perfect time, and she was a young black lady.
Safe in the satanic system.
Maybe God wanted to keep the blacks to the...
They had masters, but Little Mike had rocked the bitch out of their soul. So they gnashed their teeth and said, "Ah, look, we're gonna get him. We're gonna get him." And the bitchery of the U.S. because Little Mike had rocked the soul out of them single-handedly, so they try to come and attack Little Mike through the faggot system.
Came and put his dick in his mouth. Little Mike, the stories of Little Mike reigned again.
This happened
because it was Kanye,
a day after that
J.
last
Cole,
video.
Will Smith.
So there was a lot of history of yesterday, today, but the Villahanti sat and they said, "I don't care, I'm a bitch, I'm a go, I'm a reach for your stuff anyway, I'm a city and shit." The bitchery of the U.S. They said, "We don't have no shame, we don't care if we lose, I'm a faggot." But the kid disgusted the kid and they
The essence of Little Mike.
But he had a view for yesterday and tomorrow.
Sang, and they were trying to go back while Little Mike was singing. They were trying to go back and forth in the majestic 1614 Russ Wilson with the planes from 2014, 2015, Chicago 2X, Chicago 3X. They were trying to act like
as Little Mike looked at himself, he could see all the weariness from 2014, from the peninsula, and from the Malcolm X trying to make his head bigger because they were hating on the kid with the butterfly effect who the woman loved. And they said, "Aha, let's see, for we are faggots. We don't have no shame. We don't care if we lose. You can't do that to us. You can't do that. I'm going to do what I want to do. You can't judge me. You can't judge me." And they try to sit in Little Mike's
back and forth for Little Mike, but Little Mike said was breaking free, singing his songs. But they said, "No, we faggots. We ain't going for that. We faggots. We ain't finna go for that." But Little Mike knew it was something fishy about their steps inside of the kid's shit. If it's not yours, then don't touch it. But they bitchery of the U.S., they say, "I'm a bitch. I don't care. I don't give a shit. I'm still gonna reach for your shit." And Little Mike knew it was something fishy. The kid knew it was something fishy. About them trying to steal Little Mike's art. The nigga said, "Shut your ass up and put my dick in your mouth." And Little Mike said, "Bro, if you," then they put his dick in his mouth. But Little Mike said, "On the fuck of my grave, let's not bust the fuck off your soul." Oh, and then the nigga came, and the nigga was talking about that. No, them niggas was soft as hell, trying to steal Little Mike's music and his art.
And there was so much to it because Little Mike was mad that these bitches that were trying to cause trouble. Because Little Mike had been through hell and back. He had been through hell and back. But they were safe in the satanic system of the NSA. Little Mike was the one who been it. But Donegan said, "No, it's not fair. I've been through, you didn't been through shit. But reaching to other people's shit." But they said, "No, I've been through," and the peace of Little Mike reigned over their soul. For all them claiming that they were gonna do shit, Little Mike said, "You ain't on shit." And so the peace reigned above their soul. But Little Mike had been through hell in the back. In psychology of facilities, psychology of institutions, psychology of his looks, psychology of his sexuality, psychology of history. History of buildings in the outer face of places, and history of educational curriculum. To the boundaries of Little Mike, to his psychology and pathology. And the bitchery of the U.S., we don't care. We don't care If we lost, we don't got no shame. We faggots, you can't judge me. But Little Mike's soul reigned free upon the lilies. And so they try to sit in Little Mike's soul and say he can't do nothing about it. Those bitch faggots, and they wearied the kid's soul. Because he had already been through hell and back, but he was going through heaven right now in his music and art. So those faggots, it wearied the kid's soul. We're trying to get in, hiding the attack again. And they wearied Little Mike's soul. But he had been through hell and back. And he had been, just like he had broken free sometimes in the Chris Brown rebuttal. He had forgotten about all the things that he had rocked the bitch out of the system, and how they had shamelessly came back and said, we you can't judge us. And they came and tried to attack the kid's stuff. From all that he had built and all that he had broken free from. They said, we break free, we build. Those faggots. But Little Mike was the most intellectual man in history. And they said, we're intellectual. But Little Mike was the greatest filmist in history. And they said, we're the greatest filmers. What separated the soul? Who could separate the boundaries of the soul from the faggots who said we have no shame? The Obama-Trump transition. All the world news that was going on with the white man in Korea because God was in control. Those faggots said, we're military. We're fighting for what we believe in, but those gay faggots, we have no shame, and they didn't give the troops no respect. But that was how it went. There would be wars and rumors of wars, but Little Mike was in the peace of the post-World War II heaven, where all the films were made. But it was 2020 Reese. Because after all, this stuff was happening, Little Mike was going to be the one remaining. Upon the dust of the trees of a great history of yesterday and a great history of today. When the kids stood in this same position in 2014, when the Villa Hunter used to be trying to sit above the kid at the YMCA and say, look, aha, we national, but now they were trying to sit in Little Mike's shoes. Those faggot bitcheries. And all that had happened in these windows. In 2014, when Obama was president, when the kid was going through his intellectual rush right here in this room. Long before Kentucky to Kentucky, when the new Malcolm X was being built.